Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a kind of review and flip through of this Oracle deck. It's the Inspirational Visions Oracle cards by Judy Mastrangelo. I think I'm saying that correctly. I haven't seen anybody talk about this deck like at all, so I wanted to do a flip through on it and show you guys how amazing they are. But first, really quick, I wanted to show you guys, this is actually my Oracle deck that I created, and it's called The Darkness is Beautiful, and these are the backs. They have a moon and a rainbow, kind of a night sky there. And these will be releasing somewhat soon, I would say, but go favorite my Etsy shop if you are interested in these, because I'll be having a pre-order on these on my Etsy, and then from there it'll probably be like a 4-week lead time before you get your deck. But I'm still working on final things for this deck. If you're interested in like a flip through of all of the cards, I can definitely do that. But there's lots of different things in here. So anyways, I just thought I would show you guys that because I am super excited about it and obsessed with it. So yes, that is my Oracle deck. And like I said, my Etsy shop is in the description box down below if you're interested. But back to the deck that we're talking about today. I am always on a hunt for new Oracle decks. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to search for new Oracle decks to either add to my wish list or to purchase, and I'm always trying to find like new publishers. I think this one is by Schiffer Red Feather or something like that, and I had never heard of them before. And I was searching their site for Oracle decks, and I saw this one kind of on the front page, and I was like, what's that? And why don't I have it? So I actually went on Amazon to see if they had it so that I could get it a little faster. And you know, I have Amazon Prime, and they did have it on there. And it's pretty inexpensive, I would say. I think I paid like less than $25 for it, something around there. But this is the packaging. It looks like a little book, which is amazing because when we get into the cards, you'll kind of see why that is. And it has the name right there. And on the other side, which I enjoy because you can display it from either side if you decide to keep it in the box. So the back here says, do you have hidden wishes and desires that have been elusive since your youth? Now there is an inspirational oracle that will take you on an exciting adventure of self-discovery and enlightenment. Explore your unique gifts through 50 stunning oracle cards and a quick and easy guidebook with whimsical messages that will help you enhance your life and express your deepest feelings. Create a mind painting of your ideal self, someone who you would like to become, and then ascend to unbelievable heights by developing your imagination. Talented people throughout the ages, great thinkers, authors, poets, painters, and composers have shared wonderful creations with humankind, and you can too by developing the innate talents that slumber deep within your soul. This is the place of wizards, magic, and fairies. Prepare to be inspired. I mean, come on. It's so like whimsical. And you open the box and it's a magnetic, so nice box here. And then this is about the author, if you want to read about Judy. And I've never heard of her before, but I want to look her up after this and kind of see if she has any other like decks or anything out. This is the Wonderful Beautiful guidebook. Yeah, so it's Schiffer Publishing, but it's like their Red Feather line, which is, you know, like metaphysical kind of stuff. Okay, so this only came out in 2020, so that's probably why I haven't heard too much about it. But there's like introduction, using the cards, her mind painting she talks about. There's no spreads in here or anything else, but it is a very cute little guidebook here, and it's in full color. And it has kind of like a magazine feel to the pages. So I'm just gonna go through a few of the pictures here so that I don't spoil any of the cards for you. But the explanations aren't super long, but the artwork is so beautiful that you don't really need a super long explanation because you can really let your intuition go wild. But this is so like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a fairy tale, and some of them are kind of like on the nose, like Alice and the White Rabbit. And then other cards are more obscure, and we'll get into that, which I love because they're not just all after fairy tales. They're kind of like, I don't know. It just has such a whimsical feeling to it. So these are the backs of the cards, and they're just like a very pretty light blue. And the edges are gilded blue. Very pretty. Mine came, let's see, with scratches on some of the gilding, so the gilding wasn't intact. Let me see. So I don't know how long the gilding will last, but it is pretty. Okay, so I just want to do a flip through here of all of the cards, and I can put music over it, and then we can talk about them a little bit more. But these are not in order because I've already kind of messed around with them, so I apologize for that. But the cards were just put into alphabetical order, so they don't have any numbers on them or anything. Okay guys, so that was the flip through of the Inspirational Visions Oracle. Now, I want to note a few things. When I first flipped through the cards, I had to unstick them because of the gilding, so just be careful of that, just so you don't damage your cards any. Like I said before, mine did come with damage on the gilding before I even flipped through them or anything, so that's just something to note as well. And the cardstock is like it's glossy, I guess, but not really. Like, it's not super shiny. Like, it's not really reflecting the light too much at all there. I really do like the cardstock. It's pretty thick and a good quality. So with all of that being said, I will say this is probably in my top like 5 favorite Oracle decks, just based off of like the artwork and the whole idea behind it. It's so magical, you guys. And that's the reason I love Oracle decks so much, is because they're so magical. And then this one adds like a fantasy, fairy tale, whimsical element to it, which I'm so obsessed with. And I love that so like I was saying, there's some stories that are more like obscure. Like, this is just Elf Scribe, and it doesn't have like any kind of story attached to it from like literature or anything. But then there's ones like this, Excalibur. So obviously this has a traditional story attached to it. And I love that all of the the titles of the cards are in different colors, and then it has a little saying down here. I love this card. So yeah, there's Merlin and young Arthur, which is a story, but then there's ones like Moon Fairy Goddess. Like, that's just kind of more general, I guess I could say. I could look at this all the time. And then, so then this one I found really interesting, Pan and Unicorn. So this is not something that you would normally associate like Peter Pan with, but I love it. It's like a mixture between worlds, kind of. And then I just love the mixture. I love that there's so many cards in here. There is 50 cards, so you're gonna get a lot of variety. This one's Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So I love that it's fairy tales and stories without being on every single card, I guess. So long story short, I'm so glad that I got this deck. I love it. It's one of my favorites now, and I don't know, it's not a deck that I would use primarily for like readings for other people, for in-depth readings, you know what I'm saying? This would be more of like a 1-card pull, I would say, for somebody, or maybe like a 3-card pull, but it's not going to be like a super in-depth, shadowy, kind of like deep reading. In my opinion, it's supposed to be a little bit more lighthearted, but I mean, there are some cards in here that are you know, maybe looking at the harder parts of life here. But with that being said, let's do a little mini reading here. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and we're going to see what comes out. Okay, so 2 different cards came out here. So I'm going to read the meaning of both of those. Okay, so this first one says, Knight and the Dragon, feel your power. If you noticed in the flip through, there's quite a few dragon cards in here, which that just made me love it even more. I love dragon decks and stuff, so I was obsessed. So let's read what that one says in the guidebook. Okay, so this one's Knight and the Dragon, Feel Your Power. And I do see in here now that they're numbered, but they're not numbered anywhere on the card. But they are alphabetical in the book and when I first got them in the deck. So that makes it easy to find the card you're looking for. Stand up to battle the threatening dragons of life. These monstrous evil creatures come in many forms: wrongdoing, sickness, and untruths, to name a few. You are a superhero, so be not afraid to wear your shining armor to shield you from their ferocious blasts of fire. If you have not been courageous in the past, now is the time to be the master of your fate. Exert an effort to become healthy in mind and body so that you can defeat these monstrous and belligerent beasts. You will be glad to make a stand to right the wrongs and heal the world for yourself and others. You can do this through the strength of spirit and will. That is a true hero. And I love how clearly that comes through with the imagery here. It's literally like a knight fighting a dragon. Amazing. So that was that one. And this one that popped out as well says, Journey of Fantasy. Use your imagination to create a world of delight. I love this card. Okay, so let's read what that one says. Okay. Don't be shy. Enjoy the fun and fantasy of life. In literature, music, painting, and drama, there are many subjects that may seem unreal. That's the fun of it all. The topsy-turvy world that is sometimes portrayed in art could at first seem ludicrous, but on closer look, it might be quite thought-provoking and refreshingly captivating. Try your hand at creating artwork such as a story or painting with subject matter that may seem ill-matched. The result might surprise you and be very clever and entrancing. They say humor is the best medicine. Enjoy the world of creating. And they do. I love this artwork. There's a young man here riding a pony, and the pony has like a purple tail peeking through there. And then there's a monkey with a cat riding on the monkey, and the cat's wearing a dress and a crown. And it's just, it's ridiculous, but I love it. I love anything fantasy and weird like this. I could stare into these cards forever. All right, everyone. So that was my little review and flip through of the Inspirational Visions Oracle cards. Let me know if you're going to get this deck down below in the comments, and let me know what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.